Your Excellency, President Francois Hollande of France, Your Majesties, Your Royal Highnesses, Excellencies, distinguished heads of state and government, Your Excellency, Foreign Minister Laurent Fabius, President of COP21, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. You are here today to write the script for a new future, a future of hope and promise, of increased prosperity, security, and dignity for all. In September at the United Nations, you adopted an inspiring new Sustainable Development Agenda with the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, endorsed by all the people of the world. You showed your commitment to act for the common good. It is now time to do so again. More than 150 world leaders have come to Paris and are here together in one place at the same time with one purpose. We have never faced such a test. A political momentum like this may not come again. But neither have we encountered such a great opportunity at this time. You have the power to secure the well-being of this and succeeding generations. I urge you, distinguished leaders, to instruct your ministers and negotiators to choose the path of compromise and consensus, and if necessary, flexibility. Bold climate action is in the national interest of every single country represented at this conference. The time for brinksmanship is over. Let us build a durable climate regime with a clear rule of the road that all countries can agree to follow. Paris must mark a decisive turning point. We need the world to know that we are headed to a low emissions, climate resilient future, and there is no going back. The national climate plans submitted by more than 180 countries as of today cover close to 100% of global emissions. This is a very good start, but we need to go much faster, much further, if we are to limit the global temperature rise below 2 degrees Celsius. The science has made it plainly clear. Even a 2 degrees Celsius rise will have serious consequences for food and water security, economic stability, and international peace and security. That is why we need a universal, meaningful, and robust agreement here in Paris. Mesdames et Messieurs les chefs d'État et de gouvernement, Excellences, Mesdames et Messieurs,
ladies and
il y a pour moi
for me, there
critères
are 4 criteria
succès.
for success.
Premièrement, l'accord doit
First,
être durable.
the agreement must be lasting.
D'envoyer un message clair
It must send
aux
out a
marchés,
clear message
leur faire
to the
comprendre
markets,
que le passage
to make them
à une
understand
économie mondiale
that the transition to a low-emission global economy is inevitable
qu'il est déjà
and beneficial, and that it is already
doit
underway.
proposer un projet
It must
à
propose
long terme
a
qui
long-term
soit
project
sous-tendu par
that
la
is
cible
underpinned
de moins de 2
by the
degrés
target
Celsius et
of
qui
less than
reconnaisse
2 degrees Celsius,
l'impératif d'un
and which
renforcement
recognizes
de la
the
résilience.
pressing need for
La
strengthening
marge
resilience.
de manœuvre des petits États insulaires en développement est encore
Small
plus
island
étroite.
developing states have even less room for maneuver. This is why they are calling on the rest of the world to keep temperature rise below 1.5 degrees. Second, the agreement must be dynamic. It must be able to adapt to changes that arise in the global economy without it being necessary to renegotiate the agreement continually. It is possible and desirable that the many provisions of the agreement can be addressed in a different way depending on situations, without this jeopardizing the collective effort. The agreement must preserve the balance between the leading role of developed countries and the growing responsibilities of developing countries, which vary according to their resources and their level of development.
Ladies and gentlemen, the third requirement for success is an agreement that embodies solidarity with the poor and most vulnerable. It must ensure sufficient and balanced adaptation and mitigation support for developing countries. Fourth, the agreement must be credible. Current ambition must be the floor, not the ceiling, for future efforts. 5-year cycles, beginning before 2020, are crucial. All countries should agree to move toward quantified economy-wide emission reduction targets over time, with flexibility for developing countries with a limited capacity. Developed countries must keep their promises to mobilize $100 billion a year by 2020. The same amount should serve as the floor for post-2020 finance commitments. A new agreement must also include a single transparent framework for measuring, monitoring, and reporting progress. And countries with low capacity should receive flexibility and support so they can meet requirements for this new system. Distinguished heads of state and government, excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, this is a pivotal moment for the future of your countries, your people, and our common home, our planet. You can no longer delay. Let me be clear. The fate of a Paris Agreement rests with you. The future of your people, the future of the people of the world, the future of our planet world is in your hands. We cannot afford indecision, half measures, or merely gradual approaches. Our goal must be a transformation. The transition has already begun. Enlightened investors and innovative businesses are striving to create a climate-friendly economy, but they need your help and your vision in accelerating this essential spirit and essential shift. The peoples of the world are also on the move. They have taken to the streets in cities and towns across the world in a mass mobilization for change. We have seen such mass mobilization in New York in 2014, last year. We have seen, despite the security concerns, many citizens coming out to the streets, sending their voices to the leaders. I sincerely hope that you listen very carefully, sincerely, to the voices and aspirations of our people. I met with several key civil society groups yesterday. It is clear to me that they have come to Paris filled with energy and emotion, and that they expect each and every one of the leaders of this world today, who are here today, to show your leadership, equal to the test. You have the moral and political responsibility for this world and for us and succeeding generations. History is calling. I urge you to answer with courage and vision, and I count on your strong leadership and commitment to make this world better for all. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much.